What if I told you your words were never really yours? Not fully. Not in the way you think. Because every word you speak, every phrase you repeat, every label you accept is part of a system. A system that existed long before you were born. A system designed not by accident, but with intention. Designed to shape how you think. Designed to influence what you believe. Designed to quietly limit what you think is possible for your life. And the craziest part? You've been using it every single day without even noticing it. Think about this for a second. Why do we call it spelling? Why does the structure of language get called grammar? Why is handwriting called cursive? At first it sounds normal, just everyday words. But look closer. Spelling, spells. Grammar, grimoire, a book of magic. Cursive, curse. Strange connections, right? Maybe coincidence. Or maybe not. Now here's where things start to shift. Most people grow up believing language is just a tool, just a way to communicate, just sounds, just symbols, nothing more. But what if that's not true? What if language is not passive, but active? Not neutral, but directional? What if language is actually the operating system of your reality? From the moment you were born, you didn't just learn words. You inherited a system that told you what things mean, what things are called, what AI now calls things, what things are possible, what things are not, and most importantly, who you are allowed to be. Think about it. Before you could think for yourself, you were taught how to describe the world. You were told what things were. You were given labels, definitions, meanings, and you accepted them because you had to, because that's how learning works. But no one ever stopped and asked, where did these meanings come from? Who decided this is what these words mean? And what happens when we blindly accept them? Here's where it gets interesting. There was a time when people didn't just memorize words, they studied them deeply. They studied where words came from, their roots, their origins, their hidden meanings. This study is called etymology. And at one point, it was a core part of education. Students didn't just learn what a word meant. They learned where it came from and what it originally meant. They learned to decode language. But then, something changed. Around the mid-1900s, that kind of learning started to disappear. Etymology became less important, less emphasized, less taught. And in its place came memorization, standardized definitions, repeat after me learning. You're told what a word means. You accept it. You move on. No questions. No deeper digging. Now ask yourself, what happens when people stop questioning language? What happens when people stop understanding the roots of the words they use? They stop seeing the structure. They stop seeing the patterns. They stop seeing the influence. And when that happens, language stops being something you control and starts becoming something that controls you. Let's look at some examples. Not to prove anything, but to make you think. The word mortgage. Most people think it just means home loan, but its roots come from words meaning death and pledge. A death pledge, a long-term obligation tied to your life. Now, whether you agree with that interpretation or not, it makes you pause, doesn't it? What about government? Break it down. Govern, to control. Ment, mental or mind. Mind control. Again, just something to think about. Or the word understand. When you say, I understand, you're saying you stand under, you accept, you submit to the idea. or pharmacy, linked to the ancient term pharmakeia, associated with potions, mixtures, substances. Now, are all these interpretations exact? That's not the point. The point is this: words have layers, and most people only ever see the surface. And once you start looking deeper, something shifts. You start realizing you've been using words your entire life without ever questioning what they might be doing to your thinking. Because here's the real truth: words don't just describe reality. They shape it. They frame it. They filter it. If you change the words, you change the meaning. If you change the meaning, you change how you think. If you change how you think, you change what you do. And if you change what you do, you change your life. This is where it gets powerful. Because now, we're not talking about theory. We're talking about control. Most people speak on autopilot. They repeat phrases they've heard 1,000 times. I can't. That's hard. That's just how it is. I'm not good at that. I've always been this way. But think about what those words are doing. Every time you say, I can't, you reinforce limitation. Every time you say that's hard, you increase resistance. Every time you say, that's just how it is, you shut down possibility. You're not just talking, you're programming. And the scary part? Most people never realize it. They think their life is happening to them, when in reality, their language is shaping how they experience everything. Now flip it. What happens if you change your words? Instead of I can't, how can I? Instead of that's hard, that's a challenge I can solve. Instead of I'm bad at this, I'm learning this. Small shifts, but powerful. Because now your brain starts looking for solutions instead of excuses, opportunities instead of limits, growth instead of failure. This is where awareness becomes power. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You start hearing language differently. You notice patterns. You notice how people speak. You notice how media speaks. You notice how systems speak. And most importantly, you notice how you speak. And that's the turning point. Because now you have a choice. You can keep speaking the same way, repeating the same patterns, getting the same results. Or you can start becoming intentional. Intentional with your words. Intentional with your thoughts. Intentional with your language. Because once you understand this, language stops being something you inherit and becomes something you design. You start choosing better words, stronger words, clearer words, more empowering words. Instead of saying, I hope this works, you say, I'm making this work. Instead of, I'll try, you say, for I am. Instead of, this might fail, you say, I'll learn and adjust. And over time, something incredible happens. Your identity starts to shift. Your confidence grows. Your actions change. Your results improve. Not because of luck, not because of magic, but because of language. Because you're no longer speaking by default. You're speaking by design. And here's the truth most people never realize. The moment you take control of your language, you take control of your direction. Because your words shape your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your actions. Your actions shape your life. So the real question is, what are your words doing for you right now? Are they building you up or holding you back? Are they opening doors or closing them? Are they creating power or reinforcing limits? Because once you see it, you can change it. And once you change it, everything else starts to follow. This is where the spell breaks. not in some mystical way, but in a practical, everyday way. You become aware, you become intentional, you become in control, and that changes everything. So next time you speak, pause for a second. Listen to your words. Choose them carefully. Because whether you realize it or not, they are shaping your reality every single day.